You've started a private practice, which is amazing, but what happens now with the money stuff? Things are going to be changing, so I want to go over a private practice money roadmap. Before getting started, my name is Jeanette Andrada, and I make taxes easier for therapists in private practice. If you go to the link in my description, you will be able to find a comprehensive roadmap, and that is completely free. So make sure to grab your copy. Let's talk about the foundation of your private practice. This is when your practice is about within the 1 year and when you're just starting out. What you can expect to do is that you are going to open up a business account and you're going to separate everything out from your personal finances. It's very important to keep your business and personal expenses separate just so you could have that transparency. If you ever get audited, it's going to make it very confusing to go through everything and justify your business deductions that you claimed on your tax return. Also, your bookkeeping will be a mess. It will be really, really challenging to do your bookkeeping when you are mixing business and personal. Then there's the legal side of things, which I really can't get into much, but when you have an LLC, that is for legal protection of your business. If you're mixing business and personal, you jeopardize that status and that limited liability that your legal entity has. So just make sure, easiest thing, and it's very simple, just open up your business checking account, business savings, business credit card, completely separate everything. The next thing you're going to want to do when you're setting up that foundation for your private practice is tracking your business income and your business expenses. This is called bookkeeping. That's what bookkeeping is where you are tracking, your accounting for all of your income, your expenses. This is going to help you when you're filing your tax returns. This is going to let you or your tax professional know what deductions you want to claim on your tax return so you could pay less in taxes. It might be overwhelming to go straight into a software like QuickBooks. So what I recommend in your first year is just setting up some type of system. A simple spreadsheet is going to do. You don't need anything fancy. Something like QuickBooks might be overwhelming when you're first getting started. On top of that, it's not really cost effective. So we do want to make sure that we are setting up our bookkeeping system. And at this point in time, because you are not full-time in private practice yet, a spreadsheet is going to work perfectly. Head over to my store because I have one that's specific for therapists. If not, just Google spreadsheets that you could use for bookkeeping and you will find a ton of templates out there, both that you could pay for or you could probably find some that are free. So just go out there, Google it, or go to my store and you could get a copy that I've created for therapists. Now let's move into the next stage of your practice, which is stability. You'll know that you're establishing stability in your practice once you start seeing steady clients. Once you have this steady income, it's time to start looking at your practice a little bit differently. First thing that I want to mention is that you want to start making sure that you're paying yourself regularly. There are different methods of payment depending if your business is a sole proprietorship or if the business is an S corporation. There's a video that I will link that it goes into more detail of how to pay yourself depending on the tax structure. This is a non-negotiable. Make sure you're paying yourself, even if it's small at first. You did this for altruistic reasons, of course, but then you also want to take care of yourself in order to take care of your clients. So make sure you're paying yourself consistently and making it a non-negotiable for your practice. Next thing I want you to start looking into as your practice becomes stable is upgrading your bookkeeping system. You want to go from a DIY tool like a spreadsheet that is prone to errors and move over to a system like QuickBooks. A spreadsheet is prone to a lot of user error. So I do recommend moving over to QuickBooks once you have that steady income. Next, let's talk about the next stage, which is growth. You are growing when you start expanding or you have a full caseload. This is where you get to a point in your practice that it's important to start considering to hire help. This is where you want to start looking into virtual assistants, you want to start looking into billers, and you want to start looking at bookkeepers and outsourcing that. The reason being is because you want to stay focused on your clients. You have to make sure that you are focusing on what you do best and outsource the things that you're just not sure of. When you do things that you are not an expert in, it takes a lot of time. And one of the things I hear therapists, the reason that they don't want to invest in these type of services is because of the cost. And I want you to think about it as an investment versus a cost. Consider hiring help and shift your perspective from cost to investment, because for any hour that you give here, you're giving up where it really matters. When you are in the growth stage and you're expanding or you have the full caseload, it is time to get strategic with your taxes. At this point, it's really important to look into deductions and make sure you're not missing anything, and then consider an S Corp election. This is where your bookkeeping is going to be so important. Without your bookkeeping, you don't have real numbers, so it's really hard to make strategic decisions for your practice. It's really important that once you get to this full-time place that you start working with the tax advisor that's going to guide you in making these decisions as well. Now, this roadmap is not perfect by any means. You might have a different journey. Working with therapists, this is very similar to the journey that I see my clients go through. So I just wanted to share that information with you. Hopefully it helps you. If you want personalized guidance, that's what I'm here for. Go to the link below and schedule a strategy session. In the session, we will go over your specific situation and I'll let you know how I could help you. I really appreciate your time and I will talk to you next time.